Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Chem Insider. In today's video, we'll be discussing about standard electrode potential of certain metals in their oxidized and reduced form, and further we'll be discussing about Nernst equation. Now, first we'll start with standard electrode potential of a given element. Whenever you consider for a standard electrode potential, what we have to do is we need to take it as a cathode on one side. We need to take a metal and its electrolyte solution, that is a couple of that. So redox couples, which I discussed in the earlier classes. So the redox half couples, so one will be a cathode, one will be an anode. So in the previous video of measurement of standard electrode potentials of a given metal in an oxidized or reduced form, we learned to use how to use a standard hydrogen electrode to use as an anode, and the respective metal which has to be determined, electrode potential which has to be determined, to consider as a cathode. So now when you consider certain elements of this particular series, in order to locate a particular matter element to be is it stable in oxidized form or in a reduced form, what we can clearly say is we need to find out the respective electrode potential, and once the respective electrode potential is formed, then we can say that particular given element is stable in its reduced form or is it stable in its oxidized form. Now if you consider here, when you treat, so we have three columns over here: an oxidized form of given metal, its reduced form, and the electrode potential, standard electrode potential of those respective metals. So if you consider here, we have an 0 for hydrogen because it is the reference which you are considering, and we have two particular species. One of these metals, those metals which have electrode potential in the negative value, and those which have electrode potential in the positive value. So what is this particular series is called? This particular series of arrangement of metals is the increasing order of electrode potential. The arrangement of metals with the increasing order of their electrode potential is called the electrochemical series. This electrochemical series is quite useful in order to understand a given particular reaction. So, if you know the electrode potential of a given metal, you can use that particular metal to either oxidize or reduce a different metal from its salt or a solution form. Now, we have two classes, those which have negative values and those which have positive values. So what we can say over here is, if a metal, when given electron, forms reduced form as a particular metal, when a metal ion gains an electron to form metal, has electrode potential less than 0. If a metal ion, when gets reduced to its reduced form, has electrode potential less than 0, then that particular metal ion can replace hydrogen from its acid solution. That is, the metals which are present above hydrogen in this particular series, that is with negative value, can replace hydrogen from its respective acidic solution. If you treat in one of these metals like potassium, sodium, aluminum, zinc, magnesium, iron, etc., when you treat those metal ions or metals with acidic solution of hydrogen, they can clearly replace those hydrogen elements. Like for example, if you treat zinc with H2SO4, H2SO4, they leads to the form ZnSO4 molecule. So why is this being formed? That is because if you compare over here, the negative value indicates that once this reaction is completed, the reduced form is quite less stable when compared to the oxidized form. That is because when a metal is getting reduced, if it is having an electrode potential of negative value, that says that that particular metal is more stable in its oxidized form. It is more stable in its oxidized form than in its reduced form. If you compare for these metals which are present above hydrogen, these metals are stable in their metal ion forms than that of their standard metal forms. Okay, so therefore these elements have electrode potential with a negative value. That means they can readily lose electrons to form metal ions then they can gain an electron. So therefore, these metal ions are stable when compared to the metal itself. When you compare for the molecules which have greater than the value of hydrogen, what we can say is hydrogen can replace those metals from their respective metal solution, but those metals which with a positive value cannot replace hydrogen from its acidic solution. That is, if you treat either copper or silver or gold with H2SO4, they will not replace H2 from the H2SO4 to form CuSO4 or AgSO4 or AuSO4. That is because they don't have a stable oxidized form. That means if a metal has a positive electrode value, that means that metal will be stable in the reduced form than that of the oxidized form. Okay, so the positive value of electrode potential indicates that the particular metal is stable in reduced form. Negative value indicates that the particular element is stable in oxidized form. Further, any of the metal which is present below can be oxidized by the metals which are present above it in the electrochemical series. So this is about the standard electrode potential of various elements. So now when you compare for the standard electrode potential, we say we need to use for those solutions at standard concentration, that is 1 molar concentration at 1 atmospheric pressure. But maintaining the concentration and pressure for the same point for a longer duration is quite impossible. Therefore, a scientist named Nernst, N-E-R-N-S-T, scientist named Nernst explained or provided an equation through which we can calculate the electrode potential of solutions which are not in their standard physical values. This equation is called the Nernst equations. If you have to calculate the electrode potential of an atom or element or a metal, we can clearly use their respective standard concentration. But if we have a metal and metal ion surface or couple, metal and metal electrolyte couple in a different concentration, then we have to use a specific formula in order to determine the respective electrode potential. So if you consider for an example, let us say a metal M with N plus charge is gaining N number of electrons. If a metal with N plus charge is gaining N number of electrons to form a stable M atom. Okay, so this is in aqueous medium, this is a solid. If you consider this particular reaction, then the electrode potential of the particular metal-metal ion interface, electrode potential E of Mn plus bar M, E of Mn plus bar M is equal to standard electrode potential of Mn plus bar M minus RT by NF ln of concentration of product, that is the metal, divided by concentration of metal ion. So this equation is called the Nernst equation to determine the electrode potential of a metal-metal ion reaction where the concentration is not standard, that is 1 molar concentration is not found. Then you can use this particular equation to determine the electrode potential of the particular metal-metal ion couple. So usually what we consider is the concentration of a solid metal is always 1. The concentration of the solid metal is always considered to be 1. Therefore, this equation can also be written as E of M power N plus into M is equal to standard electrode potential of Mn plus M minus RT by NF ln 1 divided by Mn plus. So this is the equation which we can use in order to calculate the electrode potential if that metal taken is solid. In some cases what we observe is there might be a reaction where Mn plus may gain 2 electrons to form Mn minus 2 plus. Okay, in that particular kind of situation what we have to do is we need to take the Mn2 plus concentration on the numerator. Okay, there the product and the reactant both will be in the aqueous medium. If the product is in solid medium, then you can consider the concentration of the metal as 1. If it is in aqueous medium like this, like for example, if you consider Fe3 plus reacting with an electron to form Fe2 plus. Here both Fe3 plus and Fe2 plus are in aqueous medium. Then you have to consider this equation where the M will be nothing but Fe2 plus concentration, Mn plus will be Fe3 plus concentration. Okay, so this is the equation. Here E is called the electrode potential. E naught is called the standard electrode potential. Standard electrode potential. R is the gas constant. Gas constant whose value is 8.314 joules per Kelvin per mole. R is called the gas constant whose value is 8.314 joules per Kelvin per mole. T is absolute temperature in kelvins. N is the number of electrons involved, that is this. N is number of electrons. N is number of electron. F is the Faraday's constant. Faraday's constant whose value is 96,487 coulombs, which is rounded as 96,500 coulombs. And square root of Mn plus is the concentration of metal ion. So this is the Nernst equation. So now let us use this Nernst equation to determine the electrode of a cell or a cell potential. So how we can use this particular reaction to find out the cell potential of a given Daniell cell or any cells. So if you consider for a Daniell cell, we have the cell reaction, that is the half cell reaction at anode, that is Zn2 plus, Zn losing electrons to form Zn2 plus and 2 electrons, right? At cathode we have Cu2 plus gaining those 2 electrons to form Cu. This is what we know from the Daniell cell half cell reactions. Now if you write the Nernst equation for this particular equation, okay, when you consider for the Nernst equation of anodes, you need to switch the reaction in the reverse direction. That is because it is a standard reducing reactions. So therefore for a Daniell cells, or if you are considering for an anode where Zn is forming Zn2 plus and 2 electrons, you need to switch those reactions. Okay, so now if you write down the electrode potential of Zn2 plus with Zn, that will be given as E of Zn2 plus bar Zn is equal to E naught of Zn2 plus bar Zn minus R into T divided by N. N is 2 electrons which is reacting over here, 2 into F into ln of 1 by concentration of Zn2 plus. That will be equation 1. Okay, so that will be our equation 1. Now if you consider for copper, E of Cu2 plus bar Cu is equal to E naught of Cu2 plus bar Cu minus RT by 2F into ln 1 by concentration of Cu2 plus. It will be equation 2. So once you have obtained equation 1 and 2, now what do you know is EMF of a cell is equal to E cathode minus E anode. EMF of a cell is nothing but electrode potential of cathode minus electrode potential of anode. So if you substitute those values, what you have to do is you need to subtract 2 from 1. Okay, so we need to subtract 2 from 1. So what happens? First let us consider the E naught of Cu2 plus. So we have E naught of Cu2 plus. I'm going to just write E naught of Cu2 plus minus E naught of Zn2 plus. Okay, so put a common bracket. Next is minus RT by 2F ln 1 by concentration of Cu2 plus. Okay, so minus of minus, because you need to have a minus over here. Minus of minus will be plus RT by 2F ln 1 by Zn2 plus ion concentration. Okay, so this will be the equation. On further simplifying, you can take RT by 2F as common. If you take RT by 2F as common, and further if you observe over here, this is E naught of Cu2 plus minus E naught of Zn2 plus. That is nothing but the standard potential of Cu2 plus, standard potential of Zn2 plus. So on subtracting these two, we will get the standard electrode potential of the cell. Okay, E cathode minus E anode is E cell. E naught of cathode minus E naught of anode is E naught of the cell. So this will be E naught of the cell minus, taking RT by 2F common. So we will be left with, we have taken minus also, there will be plus on this side, ln of 1 by Cu2 plus ion concentration minus ln of 1 by Zn2 plus ion concentration. So this will be in a common bracket. Now further, what we know is ln A minus ln B is nothing but ln of A by B. So if we consider ln A minus ln B, that is equals to ln of A by B. So therefore, if we substitute the value ln of 1 by Cu2 plus concentration minus ln of 1 by Zn2 plus concentration, that will be equal to ln of 1 by Cu2 plus divided by 1 by Zn2 plus. Okay, 1 by Cu2 plus divided by 1 by Zn2 plus. So denominator of the denominator goes to the numerator. This equation will be now ln of Zn2 plus ion concentration divided by Cu2 plus ion concentration. So substituting that value over here, we get E cell is equal to E naught of cell minus RT by 2F into ln of Zn2 plus ion concentration divided by Cu2 plus ion concentration. Okay, so this will be the equation of electrode potential of a cell of Daniell cell. This will be the equation to determine electrode potential of Daniell cell, or EMF of the Daniell cell equation. So this will be the equation for that matter, EMF of Daniell cell. Okay, so I hope you understood this particular derivation. So if you have any doubt, go through this once again, and you can also comment those doubts in my comment section, and also mail those doubts to me if you have further clarifications to be made in my mail address, which I have provided in the description box. Thank you for watching.